Have you ever felt like you were hearing God's voice but weren't sure if it was really Him? Today I'll share a story that deeply impacted my faith and help you distinguish between God's voice and your own desires. Picture this. I was pastoring a church, and a young man named David approached me. He was torn about accepting a job offer from another city. He loved his hometown and didn't want to leave, but this opportunity seemed too good to pass up. David confessed that he had been praying for guidance but wasn't sure what to do. I asked him a series of questions, and he shared that he had prayed, read the Bible, and consulted a mentor. But still, he wasn't certain if he should stay or go. I understood David's dilemma because I'd faced similar crossroads in my own life. The prospect of new opportunities can be both exciting and intimidating. Like David, I'd often wondered, is this God's voice leading me to growth, or am I just being overly ambitious? My mentor had taught me to trust my intuition, but I also wanted to ensure I was indeed following God's plan. So I shared a method that had been instrumental in my journey, one that helped me confidently follow God's voice even in the toughest decisions. I called it the 3-filter method, and it consisted of 3 steps: filtration, discernment, and confirmation. This approach not only aided me in discerning God's will, but also equipped me to guide others like David in their spiritual journeys. Let's begin with filtration. In John 10:27, Jesus said, "My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me." Just as a shepherd guides his flock, God leads us through life, offering direction and comfort. But sometimes the noise of daily living can be deafening. The barrage of opinions, societal pressures, and personal biases can make it challenging to tune in to God's voice. That's where filtration comes in. It's the process of removing the clutter and focusing solely on what's essential. Think of it as clearing the static from a radio to catch the desired station. Filtration involves eliminating external influences that may be clouding your judgment. This includes societal expectations, peer pressure, and even well-meaning advice from others. Instead, concentrate on your relationship with God. Spend time in prayer and study His Word. Meditate on scriptures that speak to your situation and ask for the Holy Spirit's guidance. As you filter out the external noise, you'll create space for God's voice to become clearer. Discernment is the second step in our 3-step approach to knowing God's will. In James 1:5, the Bible tells us to, "If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all liberally and without reproach, and it will be given to him." Discernment is the ability to judge rightly, to differentiate between right and wrong, good and bad, truth and falsehood. It's the power to see things in their true light, to distinguish between what's genuine and what's counterfeit. When it comes to discerning God's will, it's crucial to consider several key aspects. First, examine your motives. Why do you want this job, relationship, or experience? Are your intentions pure? Do they align with God's principles? It's essential to evaluate your motivations because they reveal what truly drives you. Next, look at the opportunity itself. Does it align with your skills, values, and long-term goals? Is it something you can wholeheartedly pursue with excellence? Evaluating the opportunity helps you determine if it's a good fit for you personally and spiritually. Another important factor is the timing. Consider the season of life you're in. Does the opportunity present itself at a time when you can fully commit to it? Is the timing favorable for you and those you care about? Timing plays a significant role because it helps you assess if you're ready and able to seize the opportunity. Additionally, evaluate the consequences. What could happen as a result of accepting or rejecting the offer? Think about the impact on your faith, relationships, and overall well-being. Considering the potential outcomes can provide clarity on the best course of action. Furthermore, consult godly mentors. Seek advice from individuals you respect and whose spiritual wisdom you admire. Their insights can offer a fresh perspective and help you see things you might have overlooked. Mentors can provide guidance based on their own experiences and help you align your desires with God's purpose. Lastly, trust your intuition. Deep down, you often have a sense of what feels right. Your intuition, when aligned with God, can be a powerful guide. However, don't rely solely on your feelings. Instead, let them complement the other factors you've considered. Intuition can be the missing piece in the discernment process, helping you make a well-rounded decision. The third step in our journey, confirmation. In Matthew 7:7, Jesus advises, "Therefore, when you see a fig tree in full bloom, you know that summer is near." Confirmation is the process of gathering evidence to confirm God's voice. Imagine it like collecting puzzle pieces that fit perfectly to form a complete picture. Confirmation involves looking for signs, circumstances, or events that provide extra support or affirmation for the path you believe God is leading you to take. One powerful way to seek confirmation is through prayer and fasting. Fasting involves abstaining from food and drink to focus intensely on seeking God. During a fast, you dedicate yourself to prayer and communion with God, asking for clear guidance on the decision or situation you're facing. Prayer and fasting can open your spiritual eyes and ears, allowing you to perceive God's voice more accurately. Another method of confirmation is through the prophetic ministry. God often uses His people with prophetic abilities to confirm His word. Seek out individuals known for their spiritual insight and ask them to pray for and speak God's heart into your situation. Prophetic words can provide additional confirmation, aligning your understanding with God's divine message. Engaging in regular worship is another avenue for confirmation. Worship involves praising and glorifying God through music, prayer, and meditation. Consistent worship keeps your heart focused on God, reminding you of His character and faithfulness. During worship, you might experience a profound sense of peace or joy that confirms God's presence and guidance in your life. Additionally, consider seeking confirmation through divine dreams and visions. Dreams can serve as a direct line of communication from God, providing insight and guidance. While dreams shouldn't be the sole basis for decisions, they can offer a unique perspective and confirmation of God's will.